Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to you. My name is Nick, we're on the Nintendo 64 and this game is called F1 World Grand Prix II. Published by Video System in 1999, also came out on the Sega Dreamcast and the Game Boy Color. It's a sequel to F1 World Grand Prix. Well, who knew that? I think you could have guessed that. We're one player because I'm the only player here. It's based, this game, on the Formula 1 1998 season, which was won by the Flying Finn, Mika Häkkinen. He also won it the next year as well. The runner-up was Michael Schumacher in his Ferrari, and I think Michael Schumacher went on to do fairly well. Now, there's a few different modes here: Challenge, Grand Prix Exhibition, Time Trial, and Broadcast, but we'll do a full Grand Prix season. Just like our review of the first game, we'll go around Australia so you can see how the two compare. Different camera angles here. All the drivers from this season are there. I had a quick go as Fishy Keller just to try and get a little bit of an idea, and I weren't very good. But anyway, I'll zip in again as a brand new driver. This time I'll say we'll be Mika Häkkinen. We'll turn off, we'll turn off a few things. So at least I'll be driving it properly. Damage is off. Here's all the different teams. I think damage is off anyway. Sauber, Arrows, they no longer exist. Stuart Ford, they become the Mercedes team eventually, I think. Tyrrell Ford, Minardi, always at the back. Williams, they were red that year, that's very weird. Ferrari, always red. The Prancing Horse, Benetton, they were about at the time. They got caught by Renault. McLaren with Coulthard and Mika Häkkinen, and we'll be Mika. Mika. Right, okay, so we'll turn these things off, which I don't think I did in the review of the first game. It was going to make it a little bit tricky for me, but at least I'll be doing proper driving. I won't, I'll keep it on automatic gears. Now, the first game, although it was good, and good weather conditions like this one has as well, it did sometimes feel like you were driving around a 50p piece, and the driving was a little bit imprecise, although it was quite nice to play. We'll see what this version does, how it expands on the first one. Now, this bit looks a bit quicker and smoother. This is a fly-through of the first track, Australia. So this is when the Formula 1 used to start here. There were 16 races in the season. Now at the time of recording we're up to 23. Should I do a quick bit of practicing? I'll do a quick bit of practicing. I think practice is only like 4 laps. There's Heinz-Harald Frentzen there also. Now if my lap times can get anywhere near everyone else, then great. You can spend a long time setting up your car, which is probably the best thing to do, to try and get near the front of the grid, but I'll just jump in like a newbie noob. These games are all about how you would got on your first or second go. Now, as I say, I had a quick go as Giancarlo Fishy Keller just to see if the game worked. All different camera views. I like this one, the Chase Fuel. And this version, it seems like the people I was talking to a lot more often. Come on, Mika, drive this thing. Drive the wheels off the thing. So we're carrying 4 Gs by the looks of... Oh, that's the gears, isn't it? 5th gear, 6th gear, all automatic. Graphics over there are very similar or accurate to the Formula 1 TV commentary or graphics of the time. B, that means I'm on the Bridgestone tyres. I think there was a choice of Bridgestone or Michelin back in the day. Go Mika go. So he won this Formula 1 season with Michael Schumacher in second. Like 4 seconds down at the first split, which is not very good, but it could be a lot worse. Now, don't worry about me going on racing lines and not racing lines. Some people that are into racing get terribly excited when I'm not on the racing line. This game is just for fun, you know. It's stress busting. I'll try and go as quickly as I can, but you know, commentating and driving at the same time. Now I sort of like know this track a little bit. I can glide around here a bit, can I? Yes. Hold on there, Giss. Again, the racing is a little bit imprecise to control the thing, but slightly better than the first game. It might be running a bit quicker, I'm not quite sure. I'll have to compare the two. But this game is pretty good. If I owned a Nintendo 64 back in the day, I'd definitely own this one. Seems like there's quite a lot to perfect, but we'll see how it goes in the racing. Problem with the first game is it was so easy to go into the pits in error and not be able to come back out again if you change your mind. This one don't seem to have that.
Only 3 laps left.
Only 3 laps left.
Now in 22nd place.
Alright, 22nd place. There's 22 cars in it, so 22nd means last. Back in the good old days of Formula 1, there's about 30-odd cars trying to qualify for 26 positions, but the cost of running a Formula team has escalated so much that there's hardly any teams in it now. All cars tend to qualify. Imagine that. Sometimes you just wouldn't qualify because you wouldn't get to the back of the grid. Right, okay. Right now, so I was a few seconds down. I'm in 22nd place. Let's see if I can improve over these 4 laps. Then we'll go straight into qualifying. 2.66. We're still very slow. We'll go straight into qualifying and then the race itself to see how long I last. If you had this one back in the day, let me know. As they also come out on the Sega Dreamcast and the Game Boy Color. Go, go, go. I think they might have come out a little bit later, I'm not sure. So this was released in 1999, based on the 1998 Formula 1 season. So it was McLaren versus Ferrari that year. This year, at time recording, the 2022 season has just started. And currently it's Red Bull versus Ferrari. If you're watching this a bit later on in the season, you might think, oh, Nick, later on, such and such team come up and won the day, as it will. Haas or someone. Right, come on, let's keep this car going. Engine sounds are good, very similar to the first game. I think it might move ever so slightly better. The corners don't seem so 50 pence pieces. That's much more round than the first game, so that's a lot smoother. And I've seen that there's more pictures on the screen than the first game. 7.35 seconds. Still in 22nd, a 134.01, and that was my best lap. Just trying to get my, so, you know, although my lap times are slow, I'm quite pleased that I'm not spinning off the track. I seem to be holding it together. I'm losing all my time in the braking to the corners. I could probably brake a bit late or carry a bit more speed around a lot of the corners. But that's what practice does. Maybe if I put a bit more downforce on, I can go quicker around the corners and not have to decelerate so much. 3.92 behind. But there you go. Once you get good at this game, start seeing minuses in the qualifying, all those sorts of stuff, it'll be pretty good. All the tracks from the season are represented there, so you can have good fun. Once you've run it in this view, which I think is probably the easiest view, I'd say try and do it in cockpit view, because that is the most rewarding. That is the most realistic that you're a real driver. 5.42 behind. Can you imagine that in Formula 1 if I was in the McLaren, I was 5 seconds off the pace. Well, not bad for a newbie first getting into a Formula 1 car, but a professional Formula 1 driver, you never live it down. Whoops, bit of skidding around there. Just trying to see where I can find the time. So I did a 134.1 is my quickest time so far. Probably can come in a bit wider there. I'm probably losing a bit of time there. Anyway, I don't know, I'm going to beat 134.1, am I? It's going to be close anyway. 1, 2, 3.
Last lap.
No.
You're now in 22nd place.
I'm in 22nd place. I'm doing consistent 1 minute 34.1, I think. That might be the quickest I can go. Oops. There we go. Oh, look at the scenery going past. There's lots of different trees. It's very smooth, this. Very smooth for a game of this sort of like era. It was up against the PlayStation at this sort of like time. And, you know, if I saw this on the PlayStation, I would have thought it was pretty good. The PlayStation had its Formula 1 games of they had Murray Walker commentating all the way around, which was quite a novelty back in the day. 2.54. Yeah, I'm losing it. I'm losing a lot in the first sector, and then at the end I'm sort of like about 7-8 seconds down. So I'm losing it all the way around, to be honest with you. Go McLaren, go. I'm not sure if all the cars have different sort of like stats, but I mean I've got no excuse because I'm in the if they do, I'm in the quickest car. I'll get in the corner there. Arrows was a pretty good team. Footwork Arrows for a while, coloured in black. 3.68. So the second section wasn't too bad comparatively. I only lost about a second there. Just keep it on the tarmac, Nick. Oops, cut across the corner there. Didn't lose a great deal, but enough. Oh, yeah, that was good. Carried speed through. This is the corner I always mess up. I don't think that was too bad again. 134.1. It's going to smash that, I think. Where's that going to put us? This last lap, 31.
You're in 20th position.
Well, I got past two people.
That's your best lap.
Thanks, man. Right, 20th. So I'm getting gradually quicker. If I could drive around here for a few hours, I'd probably get nearer the front of the grid and muck about with the setup. My teammate David Coulthard's got the quickest time. Barrichello there, Pedro Diniz, Olivier Panis and Rossi I am qualified. Don't know if they're Ligier drivers. Continue the Grand Prix. Continue. I will continue. Right. Warm up, we won't bother with that. We'll just do qualifying and the race. I think you get 12 laps in qualifying if you want them, but don't worry, I won't be doing all of those. Hard tyres last longer, but they're not as grippy. Yeah, there's probably online or in magazines at the time saying your ideal setup for each track. I've just got the basic setup, so I'm at a bit of a disadvantage. I think there are flags in this as well, yellow and red flags. So let's just do a few laps qualifying and see if I can put something together. Trevor. Tag Heuer, official timing. The display on the right is very similar to the first game. Position 22, lap 1. Underneath there I think is my damage. You can see a fuel gauge as well, but I don't think I've got damage on. There are weather conditions like the first game, so it might rain at any stage. Look at the clouds in the sky, they're nicely done as they go around. There's a bit of 3D effecting. It's not like your old-fashioned games which are 2D horizon going backward and forward. This is all a realised 3D track. 2.55, well that's probably just as quick as I went in any of the practice laps. Let's see if well 20th seems to be the quickest I can go so far in the practice beforehand. Hopefully I can improve on that a little bit. I'm rushing a bit through the things just to show you how the game plays, so you get a bit of an idea on the graphics, the sound, and would there have been enough there if you want to play it again back in the day. And I think for me at least, being a Formula 1 nut, there would have been. This is a really nicely put together game and a good expansion on the original. Good. There we go. If you've watched this far into the video and you haven't subscribed so far, please consider doing so, and a massive thank you to those that have subscribed already. That helps the channel grow, get recognised by other people there, and you know, it's like a knock-on effect. Comments help as well, so thank you there if you've got anything to say about this game. 20th place, right, 6.43, 33.7. Yeah, there's a lot of places where I can find speed on this track, but we're just having fun here. We're just stress busting. Stress busters. Right, take it through. If you're liking the Nintendo 64 stuff, we reviewed a few games, not a great deal compared to other systems we look at on the channel, but it will slowly build, no doubt. There's a playlist. If you want to get there, click on my username. It takes you to the channel page, click on playlists, and the Nintendo 64 should be there, amongst a whole load of other stuff. Super Nintendo, ZX Spectrum is the one we have the most of, Commodore Amiga, Mega Drive, and all that stuff. Right, as I talk as I go through, probably go a lot quicker around there as well. Right, so 20th place. I don't know if I'll just 2 laps or 3 laps, but I'm desperate now to get into the race, baby. Let's race this thing. I don't think the PlayStation games you had the name of the driver above the car, so you knew who you was following. It hasn't got it in this, but this is a bit older than those games. And I'm digging the graphics below. It's identical to if you'd watched it on the TV back in the day, and as a kid or a teenager, it would have really drawn me into that sort of aspect. It's all about absorption, trying to get you involved in the actual sport itself. Now I was doing quite well there, but I clicked the side. Didn't lose anything, well, of the car, but it probably cost me a couple of seconds at least. 18th! 18th! 133.05. 18th, that's not too bad, is it? 5.9, well, not too bad for me, but quite bad in terms of being 5 seconds down on the pole position, which is probably David Coulthard in exactly the same car. Mika Häkkinen tended to be a bit quicker than David Coulthard. Although David Coulthard won races, he never became the world champion. Right, let's get out of here. We've seen enough of qualifying. We'll end there. 18th place. We'll do that. I'll go through the grid. Other drivers make a seem to qualify in high. Oh, right. I bet they do as well. Those crazies. Right. Alexander Wirtz, 8th. Johnny Herbert. Quite a good for him. Right. 18th. There's Jos Verstappen there. Dad of back. Yeah, I did come last in the end by quite a distance. 8 tenths last from 21st place. Right. So it's going to be an exciting race. It'll be me trying to zip through the field, or me getting left behind by the field. But either way, let's just see how the race pans out, what the AI, computer generated intelligence, is like in the race as well. Are they all the same? Do they weave around? Let's see what the experience would have been back in the day. Keep the car the same. Yeah, you know, there's stats if you want. Sunny, no chance of rain, so you know we won't see any weather conditions this time around. Right, how do I get out of here? Right, race. Oops, I don't want to mess about with suspension. Oops, I've done something I shouldn't have done here. The race is just 4 laps, you can see up there, so we won't be here for ages. You can make that longer if you want to. No need for a pit stop. And change your fuel there, that'll make the car lighter or go quicker. Maybe we would have taken a bit of fuel out if it's just 4 laps, I don't know. But we don't want to run out of fuel. No fuel, no fuel. Right, here we go, Big Nose. Coulthard's in pole. Irvine second. He never quite outqualified Schumacher, but there he is doing it. Damon Hill and the Jordan. There they go flying through. Nakano, Minardi, Barrichello, Stewart. Right. Ross's in the Tyrrell. They no longer race. They had a 6-wheel car at one point. I think 60s or the 70s anyway. Here we go. Get on the right viewpoint. Let's see. We're in last place on the grid. Let's at least try and take someone over. Right. Now, try and go on the inside. They'll concertina a bit as they all brake for the first corner. I might be able to get some... No, I didn't. Now, driving behind the other cars, you do learn a bit about racing lines and where you should be on the track. I got off to quite a poor start. They're already disappearing a little bit. There they go round there. Let's follow that round. Oh, no, I'm well off. They're going to disappear, are they? No, well, maybe. Right, they're slowing each other up at the moment. I'm going can crazy. Right, come on, Nick. Right, they're almost disappeared. Let's try and catch them up again. I'm 10 seconds behind. Yeah, okay. 10 seconds behind Schumacher, who's in 21st. That can't be Michael Schumacher, surely. Right, I'm in 21st place, so I presume Schumacher must have crashed then. We've lost one driver, so there's been a retirement. I didn't see him on the track. Oh, thanks. He just told me. Schumacher's out. Thank you. Whoa, who's that?
Only a second ahead.
So that's good.
Barrichello's only a second behind.
Right, so there's a lot more radio chatter in this sequel than the first game. What's that fella doing? Am I passed? No, oh, look at that. Get out of the way. Who is that nincompoop? Anyway, I didn't take any damage there. In the real life, I would have been gone for. So in 19th place, in a couple of retirements. Look, oh, this. I tell you what, right? This is where this game is winning over the original. The racing is a lot more closer. Everyone's a bit more compact than the original first game. It's more of an experience. It's more realistic. So this is where the game's coming alive. Actually, in the race itself. Well, someone's off. More different crashes. This game's getting brilliant now. It's really drawing me into it. Hopefully you've seen this far into the video because this game's cool. That's where the game lives and dies, especially Formula 1. If they all the cars separate and zip off, you want close wheel-to-wheel racing, and that's when you get really involved in the thing. Good. I want to get better at this. I want to play it. So yeah, definitely play this over the original game. Now it's fairly similar up to now, although graphically they're better around the corners. But race-wise, this is winning. Right, now versus Ginger Nakano. Get him in the inside. I think I forced him wide. Through, first second place. So I'm gradually weaving my way round. It's only 4 laps this. If it was more laps, I might be able to get through. Who's next up?
Alicia's just ahead.
That's John Lazy, thank you.
2 seconds back.
Good, I think I've got him as well, haven't I? Surely I'm past him now. 11th. Next up, lap 2 of 4. I've come from the back of the grid, which was 22nd, and we're now in 11th. We're halfway through the field. One would have thought as we zip through, the progress will be a bit tricker because these are quicker cars.
90 cars left.
Trulli's out as well. Everyone's out. Jarno Trulli, I think, what was he? Jordan, or I think he might have been Benetton. Right, so who's next up ahead? As we go past the halfway stage in this super duper race.
You're in 11th position now.
Thanks, man. Yeah, the chatter of...
2 laps to go.
I'm loving this radio commentary. Oh, what's up there? Someone slipped. Ooh! Clip that as I went past. Don't know who that was, but we're up to 10th. Right, okay. Brake. I'm a bit on my own now. I can't see anyone else. 10th place. Now, unlike 10th place today in today's Formula 1 would have got a point. In this era, only 6 cars scored a point. 10 points for first place, 1 point for 6th place.
Takagi's 4 seconds ahead.
Takagi, 3 point.
Verstappen's 2 seconds back.
3.53. Verstappen is a guy I went past in the Stewart car, but yeah, hopefully I can keep him behind me. That was Jos Verstappen, not Max Verstappen. Come on, Nick. Come on. Right, 10th place. Can we get up to 6th by the end of the race? 4th gear, 5th gear, 6th gear. Come on. Didn't hit 6.
Tagaki's 4 seconds ahead.
Oh, he's getting away.
Verstappen's 2 seconds back.
Yeah, see, so the gap behind me is staying quite consistent, but Takagi is getting away, so now my progress is getting limited. What a game. Right, come on. I'm liking it more I play it. I do want to play a whole season of this thing now. We'll see some of the weather conditions as well. The first game when we saw the weather conditions on that review were actually awesome. It's bound to build on that this time round. All about setting up the car, I think. I'm lacking a bit of front end speed. I'm lacking something. I'm lacking speed all the way around. Last lap.
To the edge.
Hopefully
That's
I'll...
your best lap so far.
Thanks, mate. Best lap so far. This is Australia, Melbourne Park. Is it called Melbourne Park? I can't remember. Quite a lot of scenery here. No real pop-up that I can make out. It's a nice, smooth drive. The track, you know, it does look like worn, doesn't it, in bits. It looks like people are drawn around it. There's that tyre track as you go around, a bit of rubber. Good, it's not all like
Tagaki's 3 seconds
undefined
ahead.
grey. I've got a second on to go. I've got a second back onto.
3 seconds back.
Yeah, I'm going away from Verstappen behind me. I'm making small inroads on Takagi, but I'm not going to do it over just a few laps. Ugh. Anyway, 10th place looks good. Well, that's not bad, is it? From 22nd place on the grid up to 10th. I'd buy that for $1. McLaren, they are my team. Not doing too well at the moment. They did improve.
4 seconds
They
ahead.
did improve through 2021, but then they've gone back since the new regulations. 3.53. I'm quite happy with my first race here. As I say, more practice makes perfect. I think I can get in the points next time around if I tried it. Apparently there was an F1 World Grand Prix 3 in development, but that never really got released. I think that's based on the 1999 season. So it'd be interesting to see how that one have expanded over the second one. But, you know, a good addition, this one. A good expansion over the original game. Really expands on that platform. Good game. 10th place. Oh, you know, I'm quite pleased with this game. Nice one. An essential, if you're into Formula 1, essential own for Nintendo 64 owners. Good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, brilliant games. A lot of good racing to Nintendo 64. This is another one of them. I wasn't quite sure at the start with the practice and stuff, but there's a lot to learn. You've got a learning curve. You can go setting up the car. All the stuff is there, and all 16 races of the championship are there as well. Accurate drivers, fully licensed. Good. Hope you liked having a look at that one. I loved it, as you can probably tell. That was F1 World Grand Prix II on the Nintendo 64, published by Video System in 1999. If you've got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, then please put that below. You're always more than welcome. Until next time, take great care of yourself, and are very fond. Goodbye.
Goodbye.